The Zoo archetype is one that exists across multiple card games. You play a lot of low cost units and try to rush down your opponent before the game gets into the late game. And it's not an archetype that even makes sense for it to exist inside of a game like Chrono at all, because you turn one and turn two are already accounted for no matter what deck you play. But I can emphatically tell you, this deck is real and it works. I came across this kind of idea when I was playing Ghastly Mountains, which is a deck that uses Sap Sapper and Ghastly Rush to try to get out Mountain very quickly. And as I was playing it, I realized that I didn't even want to play for the Mountain game plan. I wanted to just kill my opponent using Paradox Stimulator, so I built a deck around that idea, and it worked even better than the Ghastly Mountain deck. So I'm going to give the deck a game on ladder and walk you through my thought process as I play it. Alright, we've got a match against a control deck. They're playing the Sungrace Phase Tide deck. You can build it in a lot of different ways, but all of them are kind of control, slow deck. And you would think that a deck of this nature, where I'm just going to play out a ton of small dudes, that I would struggle a lot against a deck that's playing fucking a Challenger 2 mana guy and Holder of the Instruments, but I'm about to prove that this deck is real by winning this matchup. Now, I actually don't even know what my win rate is on this deck because I've yet to lose. So I'm not sure if there's maybe improvements to the deck. I was kind of thinking Egg Tender might make the list, but I couldn't find space for it. And also I wanted the curve to not be too low. Now, what I'm hoping for from this matchup is my opponent Kinetic Absorbers me turn 2, allowing me to develop Double Glade Grazer, that's a tongue twister. And I'll use those Double Glade Grazers, holy Christ, that's impossible to say, and kind of ride them to victory. They're going to have one prio on turn 3 to try to shoot him, but that's going to be the end of that. So luckily, oh, interesting. They got an even better challenger in their hand. All right, well, I'm gonna let them hit me. And I think as long as my Glade Grazers can eclipse the size of their units, it's going to be really, really problematic for the opponent. Now, failing that, it's going to be pretty difficult. I'm going to have to try to reach for some kind of cheese. Oh, this is going to be ridiculous. This is going to be ridiculous. I'm going to hit them for how much here? They're getting hit for how much? Because it's a lot. I'm doing a lot of damage here. This is preposterous. I guess I was already going full wide with this, so I guess it doesn't like super matter. I guess I was already going full wide. Okay, okay. So I'm getting my Glade Razors developed. They've played out the like maximum turn 1, 2, 3 curve that you can even do in Chrono. So it would be very impressive if I were to win this game, is what I'm saying. I'm against a late game deck that just curved out in an insanely efficient way. So if this ends up being a win, then like, look, you gotta go play the deck. I'm so serious, this is crazy. Like, Ghastly Mountains was a deck that was like good last patch, just kind of riding off of the Aardvark of it all, and using Ghastly to spawn in more Aardvark. And like, this deck is kind of doing the same thing, except it just cuts out the middleman of playing all these slow, 4 drops like Sap Sapper and like 3 drops like the dude that draws cards. Like, you just play like fast to the board and just overwhelm your opponent. And that's something that I really like because Ghastly is a card that really wants to come downhill at the opponent. This is a ridiculous top deck, by the way. Ghastly really wants to come downhill at the opponent. Oh my god, they're literally gonna lose. This is disgusting. This is fucking gross. Oh my god. Check this shit out. I'm not certain if I want to block or not. I think I actually do want to block. And the reason for that is I just want to juice. Do I actually want to block? Gotta really think about this one. Like, I want to juice my Glade Grazers as much as I can. I think. Let me think. Yeah, I'll block. Okay, I figured out what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play in. I'm gonna play in on turn 5 because it's unlikely that they have a develop punish in Sungrace. Well, that's not even true. Oh fuck. Well, that's not even true. Anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play in on the next turn, with the idea being that, you know what? Maybe I don't need to play in. I mean, okay, the reason that I wanted to play in was so that I could stun down the Riftmender, but I'm realizing that I could just open attack and it's worth like a gazillion damage, but given that I have all these stuns in my hand, I probably should use them. They're banking a suspicious amount of mana. Now, one other thing I could do is just open up with a Forest Recluse. That does kind of speak to me a little bit. Open up with a Forest Recluse, it is worth more damage than going with Somber. The other thing about this deck is you don't actually have to use Somber as your diver, because your other Wonder Up is like so much better that like you can just run other stuff. But the issue is there's not very many like runnable silence units. I'm running currently the Forest Recluse and the dog, but that's it. So you could dive a Forest Recluse or a dog and then use the card slots to run Egg Tender. That could be a different way to play this deck realistically. I'm like still working through how I want to build it. I just know that the deck is like, it's doing something really powerful. I just don't know how exactly I want to like build it out fully. Now, from this point, I'm probably going to Paradox Stimulator and then Forest Recluse. The other option is to forgo Paradox Stimulator and double stun. The problem with double stunning, though, is that I can never get the 4th stun to level up my Forest Recluse. And also, it's not like a lethal amount of damage. Alright, they've removed one of the guys, but luckily for me, I've got more where that came from. Oh, dang. Okay, if I hit Paradox Stimulator there, that would have been an insanely big pickup. If I got second Paradox Stim, like, the game is looking fucking doomed for the opponent, but... I mean, even now, they're taking... I mean, what is this? Like, fucking 15 or something? Like, they are taking a lot of damage, but, like, another Paradox Stim would be really what the doctor ordered. What are they going down to? They're going down to 2! What do you mean they're going down to 2? What? Wait, what? Second Paradox Stim was lethal. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did I just miss a 50-50 at lethal? It was better than 50-50, and I win anyways. What? Okay, like, if I win against that deck, when they curve out like that, this deck has to be broken, right? Anyways, go play on ladder. GG.